What's up, YouTubers? It's your boy Polly C coming at you with another episode of Carpet Cleaning Guys Vlogs. In today's episode, I'm doing two small hotel rooms that they had dogs. The guests had dogs and they urinated all over. And in both of the adjoining rooms, I'll put my black light on. If you bear with me a minute, we'll look for the urine. And I will say this first room, it's hard to tell the style of carpet and the fact that they dumped carpet fresh powder all over it. Like I can see those a lot clearer than you can see through the camera lens. And then there's a bunch of loose fibers that I don't know if the dogs scratched the carpet, and I'll catch those with some carpet shears. At least as many as I can. At the end of the job, we'll trim those off. But if you look closely, you'll see like there and all over the place where it starts to glow orange. Just pee everywhere. And then the second room had a lot more pee in it as well. And it is a different style carpet. You'll see that when I go through. I'm still in the first room, but when I go through the other room, you'll see the urine will show up a little more like greenish yellow. And as far as the camera goes in this room, I don't know why it shows up kind of strange color like a light tint. I can see it much clearer with the human eye. And I think it has a lot to do with the powder. Apparently the hotel maid service used some Resolve and picked up some dog dew. And then they just decided it was so bad they would lay down this carpet fresh powder. Excuse me. And then they just locked it up for 3 weeks and waited until I got back from vacation and let me go ahead and do it. You can see here, this is the other carpet, I believe, and it will show the urine much better. Yeah, still kind of strange on the camera lens, but you'll see. Look back here. Tons of urine in that back corner. Yeah, you see how it just kind of illuminates what's going on back there. So anyway, what I'll be doing today obviously is I got a first pre-vacuum. I'll be using the Hoover Hush Tone. I'll set it on commercial. I do need a cameraman, folks, or a camera gal. Because I could not film. I was going to go out and get my tripod, but I decided, I just do the best I can. But as far as using one hand, trying to plug cords in, you can see I'm having some trouble. And then when I start to use the Orbot Vibe, the door keeps shutting on the cord. I had the cord outside, so bear with me. All right, there's the van. We got clear skies for about another hour, and then it's supposed to rain, so I'm moving along. I have Angry Lemon, and I have the Sensational mixed for my pre-spray. I figured I'd kill it with some Sensational, and then I'm going to use another product, which is an enzyme, which I'll show you on the post-treatment. All right, let's fire up the Orbot Vibe. And you can see here, I'm having trouble with one hand, the door, the cord. Big pain in the butt. But wait till you see this pad. Holy Toledo. Now that picked up some soil and some urine in there, I'm sure. These are the Super Zorbs. They're made for the Orbot Vibe. And let me see if I can zoom in. Orbot Super Zorbs. These are also available at ncapstore.com. I'll put a link in the description. And we'll get started on the second room. Then we'll come back and take a look at the pad on that room as well. And here we go again with the cord not coming through and the door shutting. I don't have my tripod with me, and I do not have my doorstop. But look at that pad. Oh, yeah. Picking up some serious soil. Oh, yeah. This one, I'm going to have to groom it out a little bit. It has kind of a weird texture to it. And I am going to trim some of those fibers down. This is the post application. This is called War on P. It is a super strength enzyme odor treatment. Berry blast. You mix it 2-to-1 for a standard treatment or 1-to-1 for extreme treatment. I'll be mixing at a 1-to-1 ratio. I'll show you that here. I'll shake it up well. And the bottle that I'm using today, the Master Blaster, it has a mark on it, so 1-to-1, which means basically 50-50. So if you were using a gallon, you would use half a gallon of the product and half a gallon of water. But if you look here, there's the 1-to-1 ratio mark right on the bottle. And then I'll top it up. I'll go a little bit above the chart just because it is pretty smelly in here. Won't hurt to boost it a little more. And then I'll spray it. Once I get my sprayer adjusted, I'll spray it real heavy. And I did leave the carpet in kind of a pretty damp state, which means I only used one pad. I sprayed it extra heavy, and I meant to do that. It's an encapsulation process, so Any of the remaining soil or urine crystals after the enzyme treatment has done its work will be crystallized, and then within 48 hours, my customer just needs to vacuum, and it should be good to go. But I will spray it down pretty liberally. And like I said, you need a damp surface for the enzyme to use that liquid or the moistness as a vehicle to drive down into the fibers and find the source of the problem, the urine, the salts, the fats, everything that comes associated with the urine. And the longer it stays damp, the more the enzyme works. What an enzyme is if you're new to enzymes, it's a friendly bacteria or a culture, and it actually attacks the urine and restructures everything, and then it'll be removed in the end cap process. So I am laying it on there heavy. You can see it does need to, the enzyme products need to get to the source. So always let your customers know, they lock the place up for 3 weeks. If the urine sat and it penetrated all the way down into the wood subfloor and deep below the padding, I'm not going to be able to get down that low. So hopefully it just kind of spread out and stayed within this medium surface of the padding and the carpet. And then that way this will destroy the odor. I usually follow up with my client within 48 hours. Here's my carpet shears. I'm not going to spend all day on my hands and knees cutting all these fibers out, but I will trim back some of the bigger ones so it doesn't look as bad or get snagged when they vacuum it. But it must have been a dog scratching or something. I know it wasn't a cat. I know the distinct smell of cat urine. This was definitely dog urine. So we'll look at this one. You can see looking good. It is a different style carpet. It does have a few little pieces of fuzz where I cut and tried to pick up as much as I could. So I will explain when they vacuum, those little fuzzies will come up. It'll be much better. Okay, that's it for today's episode. I appreciate y'all stopping in. I'll put a link in the description for endcapstore.com if you're interested in using the same products as me. The new Enzyme Super Treatment War on P should be available soon. I'll update you as soon as I know that one's available.